Trump's very interesting on trade. Trump is a Democrat on trade in some ways. Why? Because Trump doesn't believe in free trade. He believes in what he calls what economists call fair trade. Do you remember the discussion years ago of fair trade versus free trade? When Trump says he wants to renegotiate a treaty, right, he's talking about fair trade. He's not talking about free trade. Now, can he renegotiate treaties? Good question. I like to ask this question, give a similar kind of example. You have a lease, and your landlord comes to you and says, this lease isn't good. I want to renegotiate it. What do you tell the landlord to do? Take your lease and shove it. You're not going to renegotiate it. I mean, maybe you will, but you're going to have to get all sorts of other things in return for it. And now you're talking about opening up an entire trade agreement. Can you renegotiate that? Well, why should they? Especially if Mexico and Canada, we'll start with NAFTA, think that they're doing fine under NAFTA. Why should they open it up? So what about the 30% tariff or 35% tariff he's threatened to put on the Chinese and the Mexicans? Have you ever heard of the war of the issue of reciprocal tariffs? You put it on, they'll put it on. Moody's Analytics did a study using some reasonable, I went through the numbers, some reasonable estimates on what a trade war would do if you put on the tariffs that he proposed. And instead of accelerating growth, that would drive the economy into recession, costing 3 million jobs. There's almost no economist out there who doesn't think more trade is better than less trade.